They also, in the recent update, they added there's systems you can go to, like travel to, that have an outlaw station, so you can get contraband goods and like take it to another system and sell it. But if you're not careful, you can get caught. Have the space police following you, you know. Not in a while, no. I talked to Tyler a little bit, but he has periods of time where I won't hear from him for like a couple months, and that's what's been going on lately. Yeah, he'll like text me something funny or like message me on Twitter like a meme or something he saw, but other than that, we don't really talk often. But that's okay. I mean, that happens sometimes. We're still on good terms and everything. It's just he's been busy. Yeah. And as far as Gabe goes, I don't know. I haven't talked to him. Him and Tyler had a big falling out a while ago. Yeah. Because Gabe apparently was a nightmare of a roommate. Getting drunk and like punching holes in walls and shit. Stuff like that. Not cleaning anything ever. Like stuff like that. Just being an asshole. So I think they're on a little bit better terms now, but I know for a while they didn't talk or whatever, and like Tyler kicked him out. So I don't know. I'm on good terms with him, but I don't know what he's up to or anything, you know. Yeah, I know he streams sometimes, and then a couple of months ago, like probably 2 or 3 months ago now, we did do a Minecraft server at some point, but it didn't last long. Tyler gets in these moods where he's like, dude, let's Minecraft, bro, let's Minecraft. And then he'll get on and play for a day and then not get on for a month. It's like, okay. Another game you might want to look into to get eventually. The only downside to this one is it's also fucking expensive too. But is Temtem, which is a weird name, but it's like Pokemon, basically. It's like Pokemon, but built from the ground up with like custom, you know, monsters or whatever, custom typings, stuff like that. Every battle is a double battle, which is really interesting. And there's stuff in it that makes the battling not as bullshit as Pokemon. Like there's no random like, oh, your Pokemon got a crit, or stuff like that, you know. All that bullshit stuff is removed. And instead of your Pokemon having power points like PP, where you can only use like flamethrower so many times before you run out, instead of that, the Pokemon in Temtem have a stamina, and each move grants or uses stamina. So eventually you have to like make your Temtem rest in combat for a move. So it adds a little bit of extra strategy there. And since everything is a double battle, there are some moves where if your teammate is a certain typing, the move will do more damage. Yeah, like when I stopped playing, I got a Temtem. I can't remember what it was called because it's all the stuff is like custom names, but it had a move where if you had a Temtem with you as your teammate that was the same type, the move was fucking OP as shit. Like that did a ton of damage, had a really badass animation and stuff. But if your teammate wasn't the same typing, it did like 10 damage or something, like fucking nothing. And there's cool little synergies like that in the game that are really nice. I haven't played it in a while, but it was fun when I did play it. And it is actually a challenge as well. It's not some baby shit where you can play while you're asleep and, you know, win. It is fun. The only downside is it's fucking kind of expensive. A little too expensive for an indie game, in my opinion. It's $40. Should be $20, but the graphics in the game aren't bad either, as well, for an indie game. IMO.
Void running.
To what? Playing on a mouse and keyboard?
One of my abilities being Q.
You could rebind it, probably. What mouse do you have? Do you have a mouse with side buttons?
Yeah, I got the I got a kit with this
New kill leader.
Mm-hmm.
mouse, keyboard, mouse pad.
Yeah, mine has. I use a Razer, and mine has 2 buttons on the side, and then the mouse wheel. You can actually click it left or right, and that functions as extra buttons too.
Alternator here.
Like instead of scrolling up and down on the mouse wheel, you tilt it left or right, and then that functions as 2 extra buttons.
Something like that. My computer did come with a high power.
Coupon or something.
New kill leader.
Yeah. Most games you don't need that many, extra buttons, but it's nice for MMOs where your character has 50 different abilities. But yeah. Sorry I couldn't play Dying Light 2 with you. That would have been fun, but the computer can't even run it on lowest settings, so there's not much I can do at that point, And I don't want to blow up my computer, because that would suck. There's other shit we can play, though, that would be fun. Diablo would be fun. Sorry. Go ahead. I mean, a lot of people like it. It's from the same people who made Titanfall. I'd love it if they played... Yeah, it got overplayed as hell for a while. There's a period of time where every game was coming out and they were like, and it's a battle royale. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, can we get something else? God damn. You've never played Stardew Valley, though, eh?
Good.
Oh,
Got my ultimate
you'd like
ready.
that, even though, I mean, it's not something that's got god-tier graphics or anything, but it's a fun-ass game. And there's multiplayer on that as well, and it's really fun.
You're being aimed at.
I should have recommended all this stuff sooner, because now the Steam summer sale's over.
I'm taking shots.
How much is Stardew Valley? Yeah, Stardew Valley's only $15. Insanely good price for a game that good, too. It's got a 98% positive rating on Steam. Super fun. It's a farming game, but it's really fun though. You'd like it. And it's up to 4 players. Yeah. Another game that's good that you'd probably like. This one's only single player though, so that's the part that sucks about it. But Hades is a really fun game as well. It's a roguelite game or whatever. I told Matt about it, and he fucking played the shit out of it. He's actually moving back here at some point. He's gonna live in he's gonna live in Newport News. His fiance got a job here, so they can move back now because he's in North Carolina right now. So I don't know when they're gonna do it. It should be soon, but I think she's already here, but she's living with his parents right now because the job she got, they wanted her to start like right away. So I think the last I talked to him, he was still in North Carolina, like settling things, and that was like a month ago. So I assume if he was here, he would have hit me up, but
Watch it. Lava over there.
at some
Dropping
point
in,
he'll be
hang
back
on.
here. Yep. The only downside to my mouse that I was disappointed on is it technically has 3 buttons on the side. The third button I thought would have been really cool because it's one that you can hold down and it'll lower your sensitivity while you're holding it. So it would have been dope for like a Battlefield type game where you scope in on a sniper rifle and you lower your sensitivity while you're scoped in. So you could snipe from like long distance more accurately, you know? But that button was like super wonky. Like you had to hit it in a specific way for it to even fucking work. So I just took that button off because they let you do that. That's the only downside to this mouse, is that button just straight up fucking wasn't working. Unless you hit like a very specific spot on it. Just wasn't worth it.
Down. Next ring's far.
It's a shame. I've said this to Tyler multiple times, but I would kill for Subnautica to be multiplayer. I wish someone would make a mod to make it multiplayer or something. That game would be fun as
Got
fuck
an Evo
with
shield
other
here.
people.
Level 2. First blood. Should have seen that coming.
It'd be so funny seeing Tyler's reaction to some of the creatures in that game, because that game is fucking scary sometimes. I would just trick him into going into areas where I know like all the big creatures are. Be like, yeah, I'm right behind you, and then don't follow him. That would be really funny. That game, like, normally I'm not scared by games. Most games are just jump scared stuff, but that game was one where I'm like sweating trying to get around like certain areas, you know? There's an area where the map is like not procedurally generated in that game. It's all like everything is in specific places. And there's a part where it's called the Dead Zone.
Crafting, but keep
And when you're in your little submarine, there's like a AI voice that'll speak to you sometimes, and it'll even tell you like, oh, you're entering an ecological dead zone. Are you sure that what you're doing is worth it right now? And the dead zone is the out of bounds area of the map. It's just blackness. And if you stay there too long, it's like you're in the abyss. Like it's just fucking black. And if you stay there too long, big sea creatures spawn and fucking kill you.
Heads up. New kill leader.
It's scary as shit. That game is beautiful too. I'd say it's worth playing just for that, because it would be a beautiful game to play, but it has some scary moments where you're shitting your pants. There's like an actual story too, like you can actually beat the game, which is nice, because it's like a survival game that you can actually beat.
Ring's not too far. 45 left.
In order to beat it, you have to go into the big ship that crashes at the start of the game, and in order to get there, you have to go through this really sketchy biome. That's like, it's like when you kick up sand in the water, how the water gets all murky. All the water is like that, and there's creatures there called Reaper Leviathans that aren't friendly, in case you don't get the name. Yeah.
All right. My ultimate's
There's
ready.
funny clips online
10
of
seconds
people
to the
getting
ring. It's close at least.
like jump scared and stuff by the Reaper Leviathans, because they'll sneak up on you and attack you. It's super funny. Or like people getting tricked into going into
Heads
the
up.
dead
Ring's
zone,
moving.
and suddenly they're getting attacked by giant fucking sea creatures and shit. Fun game though. Interesting lore and stuff. And it's a survival game you can actually beat, which is nice. It actually has an ending and all that.
Attention. Delivering care package. Care package coming in.
Now your PC's having problems.
That's my internet, bro.
Oh, that makes sense too. That's kind of funny in a way. You've got the better PC and I've got the better
Half the
internet.
squads remain.
If only we could combine them.
How is there nobody on this whole side of the
That's cool though. You were able to buy, I mean, a whole PC like that from them. And so far, it's had no like issues or anything. Yeah. And the nice thing about a PC too is once you learn, you can just fucking open it up and upgrade parts later on if you wanted to as well. Like if prices on SSDs ever go down, you could get one with a higher storage space.
This one's pretty dope. This is one of the newest ones, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. The only downside with SSDs is, like for that same price, you could have gotten a hard drive with like triple the storage space. That's the only downside. The speed is worth it, but the storage space to price like range is ridiculous right now. Like mine isn't. I just recently upgraded to one. Mine's not an NVMe. It's an older one, a SATA or whatever the older ones are, and it was $200. And for that same price, the one I got is like 2 terabytes or something, I think. For that same price, you can get a hard drive with like 10 terabytes of storage. Like it's crazy. Their prices, like, it's worth it for the speed upgrade, but still, their prices need to go down or something. Especially when games like Call of Duty are out here with 160 gigabyte storage, you know, games and stuff. You'll fill up your hard drive hella quick.
Firing. Replicator incoming. You're in their sights.
Let's go this way.
Getting shot at.
I am repairing myself.
We should go here. Target over there. Listen, let's move here. Need to recharge my shields.
The enemies are shooting at me. I am down.
I wish they'd make a Titanfall 3 already.
Broken enemy shield.
I thought about buying Titanfall 2
Reloading.
the other day just because apparently whenever I see Titanfall 2 come up, people just
1
jerk
minute.
off about
Rings
how
not
good
far.
the story in that game is. Apparently the story, like the campaign or whatever in that, is super good.
Frag out.
I should have gotten it when it was on sale the other day. Now that the Steam
Rings
Summer
not that
Sale's
far.
already over.
Getting shot at.
They need to hurry up and make a new one and make a new GTA and all that.
30 seconds. Recharging my shields. Phasing. I'm taking shots.